Alright, so summary for Star Wars Rebellion. First off, as big fans of two-player games in general, as a large portion of our plays are with two, you pretty much always got your wife around, so if she games with you, you're going to play a lot of two-player games. This one works absolutely wonderfully. It really, really does. This is a complete hit out of the park from Fantasy Flight Games. You get to play these two wildly different games depending on which faction you're playing as. Stupid chair. So if you feel like being all smashy, you can play the Empire. If you want to play little shadow games and sneak around, which is always fun, you got the Rebels. And they really, really balance quite well, honestly. Even with these very disparate strengths and weaknesses, they actually, there's definitely going to be a luck factor. Drawing the right mission at the right time can make a huge difference. Huge difference. But good planning, good tactics and strategy, will carry you through even with the worst of luck. It's just fantastically well done in the sense that there's always tension for both sides. The Imperial is always sitting there going, well, where the butt are they? I've been over 90% of the map. Where the heck? And the Rebels are sitting there going, don't take a step backwards into Dantooine, don't take a step backwards into Dantooine, don't take a and it's always tense and exciting. You can have these great swings, a couple masterful plays, and suddenly, you're dumping 50 pounds of troops on the board, and you're like, yep, I'm good, leave me alone, you stay over there, and it does a great job of that. Component-wise, it's the usual fare from FFG. The standees are quite good. The miniatures are nothing super insanely special, but they're definitely not bad. They're quite serviceable for what they are.
The Death Stars are pretty cool.
Yeah, not a ton of fun to put together, though. That damaged one. Jeez Louise, that thing did not want to fit together.
They're not fully put together yet at all, either, because I don't have my glue right now.
Yep.
I need to find it. Anyway.
The tokens are nice and thick, well designed. Their functions are all pretty obvious. It's FFG's usual, fairly high quality components. Don't expect CMON level miniatures or anything. Like I said, they're serviceable, not beautiful, but definitely not bad.
And you know what they are.
Exactly. They perform their function admirably. It's definitely a process setting this up and taking it down. There's so many little things here, there, and everywhere. But the game itself actually flows really quickly. It's fairly simple for the most part what you're doing. You choose any cards you want to use that round. You choose any systems you want to walk into. There's several little corner case rules you're going to find yourself looking up a couple times before you get them down, and being at the mercy of the dice is certainly not going to be for everyone, because, oh boy, some of those rolls, you're just sitting there going, wow, I rolled nothing on 4 dice.
Yep.
But I guess you could almost look at that as a more realistic battle simulator, because stuff just does not always follow your plan.
Right.
And as a Star Wars fan, it's, I'm sure, wonderful to be able to play on, a grand tactical scale, and you get these wonderful moments where you realize you're reenacting something from the movie, not even necessarily intentionally.
Or something close.
You're Death Starring Alderaan, or you're...
you've captured Leia,
yeah, you
or
capture
you've
Princess Leia and subject
Chewie
her to the probe droid.
Oh, yeah.
Chewie?
You put Chewie in Carbonite, and I rescued.
No, I carbonated Han. I wasn't playing you at the time, but no, I definitely carbonated Han.
In our first game, I used Han and the Millennium Falcon to rescue Chewie.
But so you get these wonderful, probe droiding or interrogation droiding Leia after you capture and all this great stuff. It's wonderful little movie moments and everything you get to do.
It just pops up organically.
Destroying a Death Star with an X-wing and all that good stuff. And it's a lot of fun, and it flows really, really well in that way. If you're not someone that's a big fan of, piles of stuff, this whole grand strategic thing, I doubt this game's going to change your mind, because, I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on here, but it does reach out a hand across the gap to people that aren't huge fans of such things, because, like I said, the gameplay itself fairly simple and intuitive once you get into it.
Streamlined almost.
Teaching can be a little bit of a chore, because you gotta try and mention all the little corner cases, otherwise you're playing along and an hour and a half later, oh, by the way, yeah, it works like this, sorry.
And then it almost comes across like you held that back or something. It's
Yeah,
like, no, I just didn't remember it.
Exactly. You know, and it, like I said, it's in the gameplay, it's really a lot of fun to put on the soundtrack in the background. You know, it's on YouTube and all over the place, and you know, just listen to all that music while you're playing along here, and you know, Leia is getting palpatined, and you know, it's great. I mean,
well, there's actually
captured.
there's actually a card where you can like lure a rebel leader over to the dark side, and if you do it to Luke, you get these bonuses or something.
And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Kind of a what would have happened.
Yeah, no, it does all that really, really well. And actually, despite FFG's insistence on 2 rulebook systems these days, it's reasonably simple to use too. The index for the reference is well organized, it's well laid out, you know, and so it makes it pretty doable. And you will be looking up little corner cases a lot, trying to figure out, you know, is the rebel base system a rebel system? You know, just because it's obviously not indicated on the board. And I mean, if you treat it like one, you're going to be giving away where the rebel base is. And so, does it count? I mean, if you're desperate, can you do it? I mean, yeah, no, it's but it all just works really well. And you know, for fans of the movies, it's going to be just a non-stop treat trying to Death Star Alderaan. Yeah. Oh, and man, you didn't get to see him, but when you use the Death Star's laser, kerplow, you kerplow that planet good, and it is gone.
And then it becomes an asteroid field.
Gone planet, gone. Which is, yeah, just terrific.
The art is really good too. I mean, it's definitely like movie reference art, but it's still art. If that makes sense. It's not like they pasted pictures on there.
It fits with the overall style of the movies. You know, and obviously a lot of the iconography is from the movies, you know, the Rebel and Imperial symbols and all that good stuff. And yeah, no, so it's this one definitely gets a recommendation, definitely a keeper for us there. You know, so hopefully you got what you needed out of the gameplay video. Definitely want to consider, though it is, you know, a little pricey, being big box of crazy. I want to say it's going for like $65, $70-ish on Amazon at the moment, something like that. And remember, please check the date this video was made before yelling at me that it's not that price.
Or not in trend.
Yeah, or something. But yeah, so yeah, I'd say that about sums up the summary. So until next time, get off your computer and go play some more games. Maybe this one.